Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to read the next chapter of Meet the Gecko. Chapter 16, Crazy Idea. Miss Newby finally gave us a reading assignment. Take out your social studies book. Read pages 142 through 152. When you're done, answer questions 1 through 11 on page 153. We all pulled our books out and started reading. It had never been so quiet in room 22. Social studies is not my favorite subject to begin with. It usually feels like I'm feeding my brain sawdust. So somewhere in the middle of reading about the people of Brazil, I started daydreaming. For once I wasn't daydreaming about an invention or playing on my computer, or being Shredderman, or watching the Gecko and Sticky. I was thinking about Bubba, and about Bubba's dad. I've seen Mr. Bixby in action, and boy, he's just like Bubba, only bigger, and meaner. I was also thinking about my dad, my totally great dad, who calls me champ, and helps me be Shredderman, and took me to meet the Gecko. How could two dads be so different? How could two kids be so different? What if I had to live with Bubba's dad? Would I get meaner? And what if Bubba got to live with my dad? Would he get nicer? Was that the key to making Bubba nicer? Was there even a key? Or was Bubba always going to be the same? I think the rest of the kids in class were daydreaming too. So everybody jumped when Dr. Voss walked into the room. Dr. Voss is our principal, and her walking in a room can make you jump all by itself. But now she wasn't alone. She had Bubba with her. Everybody pretended to be reading, but eyes were shifting around like crazy. Bubba didn't look at anything but the ground, and he went straight to his seat while Dr. Voss and Miss Newby stood off to one side and whispered. And even though Bubba didn't look at anyone, everyone in the class noticed. Bubba's eyes were red and puffy. All the kids in class twitched their faces and mouths. They were spreading the word without saying a word. Bubba Bixby had been crying. Crying. For the rest of school, no one knew what to do, or say. Even Kevin and Max steered clear of him. And although Bubba was quieter than he'd ever been, something about him looked extra angry, extra dangerous. So believe me, I was shaking in my shoes. But at recess, nothing happened. And at lunch, instead of stalking kids like a tower of terror, Bubba sat by himself on the lower field, throwing pebbles at the grass. All kinds of kids asked me about meeting the Gecko, and normally talking about it would have been great, but I didn't want to talk about it. It felt like showing off your Christmas presents when the guy next to you only got a lump of coal. Even if the guy next to you deserved a lump of coal, it still felt wrong. Besides, a lot of kids were telling me I was history, toast, nothing but walking worm food. But I had the feeling that they were right. Bubba hated me so bad now, he was probably planning something even wickeder than usual. My stomach was in knots. My throat choked off. I couldn't even remember my times tables. Then, during math, I got the world's craziest idea. I actually dropped my pencil, it was that crazy. But the more I thought about it, the more sense it made. The more I wanted to do it. It would either change things, get me killed. I just had to get up enough nerve to find out which.